at the Fort Wayne Botanical Garden, but we're not here to see plants today. We're here to see, well, in a way, we're here to see a 67 VW van. You know, this flower power symbol. We're ready to go see it. And what's nice about this van is we might be running into the original owner that obtained this van at the factory in Germany in 1967. He is 95 years old now. And there she is, the 1967 VW van in all its glory and all its splendor. Look at that, isn't that pretty? And just think, the gentleman picked that up brand new from the factory, drove it all over Europe, brought it to the United States, had his family live out of it for a while they were traveling across Europe. It's amazing. It sat in storage for 45 years, and then my son Dylan got it going again, and now he is the owner of it, and he's got a lot of pride in this baby, and he cares a heck of a lot about it. Take a little tour around it here in this beautiful surrounding of the Botanical Gardens in Fort Wayne. As you can see, it's a little bit of a summer exhibit here, Surf's Up, and it's March right now, March 2nd to be exact, 2023. Take a walk around the gardens here to show you what it's like. And we'll try to keep the VW in sight, of course. And we hope the owner shows up, the original owner, Rod, and we'll ask him some questions about it, which would be awful nice. He knows more about it than anybody. Can you imagine buying that brand new and still being around to talk about it? Well, I guess 67 is that long ago, but some people can't forget. This is Rod Berger, the original owner of the van. Now, Rod, it's true, you went to Germany and picked this van up in person?
Yeah, I was working there for GE, and we bought it 2 months before we came back.
Come back to the United States?
We were there for 5 years.
Wow.
So we bought the new van.
Now, what made you want to pick a VW van of all the cars available to buy?
Well, it's the only one that fits my lifestyle. Camping, traveling,
and
van camping, I guess they call it.
Now, how many countries did you go in this van?
With this van, I bought it 2 months before we came back, so I'd have time to get it all broke in.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And I already had a VW van, so I sold that to a German. And I bought this one in Worms, Germany. It was the only dealer that had one.
Oh, so you bought it at the dealership?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you went to the factory and picked it up.
No, I might have had to. I was looking around for American model. They're a little different than the German model. So the closest one, Munich, the biggest dealer in Germany, didn't even have an American model microbus.
So did you go through East and West Germany both?
I found one in Worms.
Oh, really?
And I had to take a train there over 200 miles.
Oh my goodness.
To pick this up.
Did you go by yourself or you take the family?
But I went alone. Yeah.
All these took?
And then drove it back to.
Well, you were hoping that van was really there then, huh?
Oh yeah, well, it'd be there, yeah.
So do you remember how much you paid for it?
Yeah.
That's a hard question.
Yeah. I know how much I paid for my first one, in 1954, right from the factory, I paid $1,600.
Now, was that the first year for them?
No, they came out in 1950.
Oh, they did. Wow, they've been out a long time, weren't they?
Yeah.
So when you got this van, what was the first thing you did?
I took the roof rack from the
other van,
put the roof rack on,
and you built some cabinets for it, didn't you?
and then I built cabinets because there were 6 of us. My wife, myself, 4 kids. So I built something that worked for that family.
Did anybody ever sleep on the roof, or you make up
I had
a
a
tent?
roof-mounted tent.
Oh, that's cool.
Mounted on the roof rack.
Wow, that's
And
neat.
a little ladder. 2 kids, the 2 biggest kids.
Now,
could
is that a
climb up.
standard tent, or did you make that tent yourself?
No, I bought it as a rooftop tent, but it wasn't made to mount on a rack. It was made to be.
You adapted it.
Yeah. It had a little ladder and all that. I didn't need that. I just mounted it on a roof rack.
So after you had it all fitted up and ready to go, where did you end up going?
Well, we headed south. I wanted to go back to Greece. I hadn't seen it for about 10, 12 years. So we thought it'd be fun to go back down there before we come back here. So we drove down through Austria, Yugoslavia, which isn't even there anymore.
Yeah, it'd be hard to find on the map, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's not there. And
Yugos killed it.
got to Greece and spent a few days there. And then took a small a boat. It wasn't really a ferry boat, I don't know, but it runs back and forth between Greece and southern Italy. So they hoisted our nice microbus up
On a crane?
steel cable
Oh my God!
and set it on the deck.
You must have been.
And
You must have been nervous during that.
It's pretty scary when you look up there and you see everything's up there on that one little skinny cable.
Yeah, I bet. I bet.
And the same thing when they unloaded it in Italy.
Did you get any pictures of that?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd love to
I'm
see
sure
those.
I do have some.
I would love to see those. That'd be awesome to see.
And so then we were in Italy, and then drove back up through Italy, back up to Germany, then through France to
Did
get
you go to East and West Germany both, or
Oh,
you're not
no.
allowed?
We weren't allowed in East Germany. We're still divided.
So then you went to France?
France to get to Dunkirk,
Oh, cool.
to get on the ferry to England, because we were leaving from England.
Had to evacuate Dunkirk, huh?
Yeah. So we got to Dunkirk, and with about an hour to spare, and had a little scare there because our little 6-year-old daughter Amy had a bee sting
Oh, jeez.
on her foot, and it was hard to walk.
She allergic?
No, well, maybe she was. She's very allergic to everything. Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, there was a little souvenir shop there. So I told her, I said, see this bench. No, you just sit right there. We're going to look around in this souvenir shop. And don't go anywhere. Stay right there on that bench.
I don't like how this story's going. What happened?
So we come back out of the souvenir shop. She's not there.
Oh, jeez. Heart miss a beat.
What do you do?
Yeah, what do you do?
What do you
Have
do?
to get another kid. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
So I told my wife, I said, we don't have any choice. We have to get on that ferry because we got to get to that boat. You know, that goes back to the States. So I said the authorities or whoever finds her, the police, are going to have to somehow get her back to us, even if we're in England.
So what happened?
So we got on the ferry boat and there she was.
Waiting for you?
Yeah.
I'll be damned. What'd you say? Where you been?
Yeah, but I thought I told you to stay on that bench, you know. No wonder parents get gray hair.
No kidding. That would bring a few on early, that's for
So
sure.
she says, well, I knew we were going to get on the boat, so I just went ahead and got on.
Well, thank God you got on the right boat.
Well, there's only one.
Oh, that's
but,
good.
yeah,
That's
sure,
good.
yeah.
So what'd you do after that?
Well, we drove to Liverpool, and that's where we're getting on the Cunard passenger ship. But we had to get there the day before because they got to drain the gas tank,
Oh,
and we had to repack everything from living in a van to living on a ship. So we're up all night.
So did you have any access to the van while it was on the ship,
No.
or no?
No.
Once it's out of your sight, it's not until you get off.
Yeah, and you have a choice. You can ship it by cargo or by baggage. Cargo is cheaper.
Did you want cargo?
Knowing me, yeah, that's the cheapest way.
Well, why
Cargo,
not? It made it.
and the only difference is, if it says baggage, when you get off, they put a gallon of gas back in the tank for you
I knew there was a catch.
and reconnect. Yeah, they drain the tank before, you know. I watched them drain it. I said, how much they're going to give me for that gas you just took out of there?
Those guys never have a car that needs
He
gas
said-
going home.
He said, you've had it, bub. That's how he answered.
Knowing you brought it there with the least bit of gas you could.
So, so anyway, and another thing they do for you, if it says baggage, they reconnect the battery for you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, anybody can do it.
Yeah, that really no kidding.
So-
yeah,
So what I did,
big deluxe features.
so I had already learned this from the previous trip. We were camping, so we had a cooking stove, kerosene stove, and we had 3 or 4 little cans of kerosene sitting there by the stove.
In the van?
Yeah,
Would you hide them?
no, it's kerosene.
Oh,
It's not, no, they never said a word.
kerosene was okay. Gas isn't.
Apparently. But one of those cans had gas in it.
Oh, I wonder who did that.
Yeah. So when we got off in Canada, everybody else was in their car service. And
Oh, you
everything.
didn't go to the U.S. You went to Canada
Oh,
first.
no. Who would want to go to New York when you can get off in Canada?
Oh, so in other
much-
words, it's even another country. It's been in Canada.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
And then you drove to New York
yeah, and drove in from there.
through Niagara Falls way.
No, it was some tiny little border crossing.
Okay.
The highway, 2 guys at the border. And we got Andrew in. He was still on a visa because he was
Did they
still
do a lot of
German.
inspecting back then? Did they
Huh?
look it over tight back then, or did they not care? They
The
just
car?
passed you through. Yeah, to let you through.
Yeah, he didn't come out or anything. And I showed him the passports, and I got Andrew's visa okayed because he was still a German citizen, I
Oh,
guess.
from being adopted.
Yeah. So I said, okay, can we go? He said, well, wait a minute. He said, that van looks pretty new. How old is it? I said, about 2 months. Oh, well, we're going to have to charge you duty.
What?
I said,
Taxes on it?
I said, what do you mean duty? I said, we've been living over there. We're not tourists. We're allowed to bring everything back in, duty-free, furniture, everything.
Did you win?
He didn't make much impression on him. So he hollers to the other guy. He says, hey, Ed, look up the duty on a Volkswagen microbus. And boy, this guy actually thinks he's going to charge me duty on that. I was smart enough.
It's not like you can speed away from them.
Well, I didn't see any motorcycles around there. But anyway, I
What'd
was
you do?
smart enough before we left Germany to write a letter to U.S. Customs. And they answered back and said, I can bring everything in duty free. And I had that letter in my shirt pocket. So when he told that other guy to figure out the duty, I hauled out this letter. I said, here, look at this. Oh, okay, Ed, forget about the duty on the microbus.
I wonder what it would have been.
Yeah, do you think I ever got it back
No.
with the government?
No.
So
They wouldn't admit they took it even.
it would take probably 10 years to get it back, if we
least.
ever got it back.
So then you went to New York. Now,
Well,
were you
then
going
I
to
got
live in
back
New York
out to
then?
the car, and my wife said, is there anything cold in the cooler to drink? And I said, not now. We stopped down the road. This guy could change his mind. or something.
Yeah, get the heck
Get
out
out
of
of
there.
here.
Yeah.
So we stopped a mile down the road.
Yeah,
That's
she-
how we got back into the States.
She should have known how to make a getaway, knowing you by then. So where'd you go? Where were you? Where was your destination to live? Where were you going?
We were heading for Fort Wayne.
Fort Wayne. So you were going to
Yeah, because I had a job with Magdeburg.
Magdeburg.
Yeah, they moved us back.
Okay, so you didn't work back in GE, you worked at Magna.
Yeah, I left GE.
That's
Switched
kind of
to
neat,
Magna.
Rod.
Yeah.
And then how long did you drive it in the States here before you parked it?
Well, I think I put it into storage about 1975, maybe.
And then just recently it's gotten back out, and it looks
Yeah.
good, and it looks good.
Yeah, just some time.
That's a great story, Rod. I love it. I really do.
Yeah.
So how many countries has it was in then? About
It'll
8?
be 9 of them.
9 countries.
Yeah, it's up quick.
Is that including the U.S.?
Yeah.
9 countries. Wow.
Starts with Germany and then U.S.
You're lucky if some vehicles get into Ohio and Michigan. That's pretty damn good. That's pretty
Yeah.
darn good.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you were traveling through Europe. Did you have any funny mishaps with it? Did it? Oh, we never let you down, or what?
Oh, not this one, because it's brand new.
So it did good.
Oh, yeah, never
Well-
had any problem.
Well, nowadays you buy something new, you gotta worry.
Yeah, you got a point there.
So you got through with no mishaps or anything all the way
Trying to
home.
think all the way down to Greece. Of course, going through Yugoslavia, the first time we went through was coming back from Greece in '54. It was all dirt road.
Didn't you say some of the gas is horrible over there?
Yeah, right, just like it used to be in Mexico.
Oh,
But in '54, when I drove through, of course, and then I was coming the other way, coming from Greece going north to get up
oh wow.
to Germany and up to England.
You did a
to
lot
get
of
the
travel
boat.
on those roads.
This
in
time I was
VW.
going south, from Germany south to Greece.
So you
But it
always
was
traveled
all paved.
across in a VW, huh?
Huh?
It was always a VW for you.
Over there, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of neat. I love
Yeah,
that
it's the
story.
only way to.
I love that story. That is so
The
cool.
first time I ever saw one was in this snowboat.
Really?
Yeah, they were using it for a tour bus. I thought it was some kind of Willys. I see a W on the front. I had no idea what it was.
Well, what kind of VW was the first VW you ever drove?
Well, it would have been the first one I ever owned.
Was it a van? Was it Beetle?
No, it was a '54 bus.
You always had buses at first.
Yeah, and that was the first year that they had a rear bumper.
Oh wow, big deluxe.
Yeah, I wrote the factory about 2 or 3 letters about that. And they finally gave up. And I think I'll just have some Greek welder put a bumper on it for me. So we go up to Germany to pick it up. But you know, it had a bumper. They added the rear bumper.
That's cool. That's neat. For safety, you need a bumper.
Well, yeah, because my first week back in Greece was some Greek banged into me in the back. And if I hadn't had that bumper there, I really messed it up.
Oh wow.
The engine door, all that.
How do you feel seeing your van in here?
Yeah, it brings back a lot of memories.
Makes you kind of proud, doesn't it?
Yeah,
That you kept it all those years and kept it alive. That it, now it's survived again.
yeah.
I mean, this could be in some rusty old, driving around in Fort Wayne in the
Yeah.
salt. It could have been gone by now.
Yeah, if we'd have left it where it was, it probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
It would have probably rusted away, and
Yeah.
it was pretty badly rusted already.
The metal must be pretty good on this one because it pretty well stood up pretty good being where it was stored too. It stood up pretty well.
Yeah.
I think it looks pretty good. Well, thank you, Rod. I appreciate all that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I'm going to try to find the original.